Well, good Sunday morning. Everybody asked me, when are you going to get back on the boat project? Well, just as soon as this stops. Rain, rain, rain. It rained almost all day yesterday. Every single day. I was going to work on the trailer yesterday and it rained. I was going to get up early this morning, get jump on it. And started raining. Thunder and lightning a little while ago. Maybe it'll stop, I don't know. I want the trailer is my next project. I want it 100% before I do anything else to the boat, because that way when the hull is ready, I can put it back on there and not worry about having to fix it. I have accumulated almost everything I need for it, I think. I scrounged these yesterday. The springs I had would not maybe modify this and this and this, and I just went and got the proper springs, what's supposed to be on there. And these should last the lifetime of the boat, or mine, whichever comes first. Probably be the boat, I hope. And I stopped at the trailer place, and instead of trying to reuse spring bolts and all that and old ratty bushings, I just went ahead and got what I needed. So I've got my new walk boards, I've got carpet, I've got a new winch. Well, actually I'm going to use my winch. It's probably dark out here. Let's see, let's turn this light on. This is the winch I got for my deer hanging rack. It's been used once, and since I don't hunt here anymore, or not gonna hunt here anymore, instead of it just sitting there, I'm gonna take that loose. It's brand new. It's only, like I said, only been used once. I'm gonna put that on there. Turn this light off. And hopefully within the next week or so I can get it under the shelter. I have a box of parts here for the inside. I have my new fish finder. I have my new flotation foam out there. Master Sergeant's going to come over, I think, one day this week, and we're just going to take a couple hours and work on that some. Maybe, if it'll quit raining. Alright, if it does and I get to do some more on it today, I will show y'all. Well, now, by George, I'm so irritated with this rain. I emptied out Old Faithful. Nothing in there that's going to get hurt to get wet. It is in a bad need of a rinsing out anyway. Yes, the plug is out. I have made that mistake before. So I'm going to let it sit out there and get rained on for a couple days, and then I'll rinse it and wash it, and then I'll put a cover. I got a big tarp I'm going to cover it with eventually, until I get my new shelter built, which will probably be never. But now I'm under the shelter, I can work on it. Now I got to replace the springs, like I mentioned. That's not a great big deal. We mounted them on the bottom like that when I got that new axle back in the spring, just to get it home. And that's going to take all that loose. Won't take all that long, I hope. And I got to get a fan out here on me. But I'm going to get started anyway. I'm tired of sitting and waiting, I'm going to make some time today, maybe some tomorrow, and get her done. I'll show y'all some progress in a little while, I hope. Alright, I tried the impact gun on these bolts, on the spring bolts. They will not move. They're rusted tight. Now I've soaked it now with Master Blaster, whatever you call that stuff, about once a week or so, and that doesn't seem to help. So this wrench right here will take them off of there. It's going to take me a few minutes. What I'm going to do, I'm going to take the springs loose, and I'm going to drop the whole thing, axle and all, Now block it up. You might be a redneck if you've got a boat trailer on blocks, but that way I can roll it out and I don't have to get on my hands and knees to get to the bolts that hold it to the springs. I can work it a lot better if it's out in the open instead of under there, because I can't crawl around on my hands and knees, especially in the dirt. I ain't supposed to be doing all that kind of stuff, so I've thought it out and will do it the easiest way I can, I hope. Now, I'm just going to cut them bolts off. I'm not going to show all that because it'll be noisy and just cutting the bolts off. When I get ready to roll it out, I'll have to go recruit me some help. But there's one in the house, and there's one next door, and there's one at the other next door. That one's at church, so well, they might be too, I don't know. Anyway, I'll find somebody to help me when I get ready to roll it out. Be back in a minute. This is not as easy as I thought it was going to be. I finally got the other side off. I managed to get the front bolt broke loose and off with the impact. But I'm having to cut through the nut and the bolt, making it hard. I got the big grinder out and slightly got away from me, so that's an accident waiting to happen, so I took that one away. Got one more to go after I take a water break. And I hope this is the hardest part of the project. I hope. Now, I could lie to y'all and tell you that was fun. It was not. But the spring is out. The axle's out, I mean. I'm confident these will come right off with the impact, because they hadn't been on there long, they're not rusty. Now, every time I hit this with a hammer when I'm trying to drive the bolts out where I cut them springs are sparking sparks. So those will eventually be some forged knives. So see there, I got a bunch of material to boot. Alright, another water break and we'll go again. Now, see these pieces here? This one's rusted off and that one ain't in much better shape. That had that sideboard where you run up there and it holds it this way. Well, I don't like that system. I never have it, because when you pull the boat up on it, it rubs all the way up. So I'm taking those off. I got the bolts out of this side, but I am not able to do all the pushing and pulling over here because they're so rusted. So I'm just going to cut them off even with the frame on this side, and I'm doing it now while everything's out of the way. I'm going to do that, and that might be the end of today. I might have to go in and rest and do a part 2 in the morning, or I might do some more today, I don't know. But if I don't see you again after this clip, I thank you for watching. I thank you for your support. What's wrong with this thing now? There we go. And I'll see you later. Why must everything be so difficult? It's the new spring bolts. Hold the spring on. They fit the spring fine. They will not, I know you can't see it, they will not fit the hole in there. So I'm going to have to go one size bigger and sort of just barely rough a little bit of it out. Now I'm going to use my corded drill because it's got more power than the cordless, and we'll see how it goes. Lordy, lordy, lordy. It'll be alright though. Ah, that wasn't as bad as I thought it was. I thought it was going to be. Now I'm going to mount these. I'll put everything in there and then I'll tighten it up. These are self-locking nuts, so you don't need washers. That side, I'll roll the axle back under it, put it all in there at one time. That'll keep me from having to take the tires off the axle. I hope. Alright, new springs are on. Now I'm going to tighten them down. I had Joey came out and helped me. Front went in fine, rolled the axle back on there, and I couldn't hold it and line the bushings and everything up at the same time, so thank you, Joey. Let's see. That apparently is the wrong size socket. No? Oh, I see what it was. Whoever borrowed my set of impact sockets, I don't remember who it was. Somebody borrowed them because I had a new set just for the impact, and I forgot who it was. But whoever you are, would you bring them back, please? Okay, I see what it was. This is a 7/8 and the other side is a 3/4. Let me get another wrench. Anyway, you get the idea. I'm just going to tighten these. Then I will go to measuring and centering and all that on the axle and put all that stuff back on. That'll take a little while. It's got to be just perfect. And yeah, it's still Sunday. This still may be part 2, but it's coming up to rain again, so I might as well do it. Just like that. Maybe y'all can see this. Put the axle back on. This piece, this little gizmo here, goes right there over that nut. The axle sits in it. And that's what centers it from spring to spring. Same thing on that side. When you get it all centered, this piece goes underneath. You bolts go through just like that. Holds it all together. Now, the centering part is easy, but these little clips, I guess you call them, whatever they are, side to side, that's what takes the longest. Get it centered and get it square. Then you get good tire wear and all that, and it won't track on the highway with you. We had it on there just about perfect, the way it was, but starting over again. Alright, I'll do that side and get it bolted up, and we'll see a finished spring and axle job here very, very shortly. Alright, we had a camera malfunction. Maybe it's working okay now. The spring axle project is complete. Maybe you can see that side better. Alright, it took me longer than I thought it would today, but oh well, it's done. Next step on the trailer, I've got to replace the boards, the holding boards, probably the hangers. That one looks okay, but I'm gonna have to fabricate something for that. I went ahead and cut loose all the junk that was on there, them homemade ones, which I don't know why they extended it up there like that, but the one up front that was just a solid piece of rust, got rid of that one. So part 2 on the trailer will be not today, I'll tell you that. Joey had to fix my camera, like I said, and I went in and got showered off and cleaned up, and I'm done for today. It's getting late in the afternoon anyway. So I thank y'all for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. And we'll do some more tomorrow or the next day. See y'all later.